Get ready.
Hey there, Marvel heroes, and welcome back to another What If review. So this week we're looking at episode 5, What If Zombies. That's literally just the title, What If Zombies. And yeah, we're going to go through as much spoiler-free as we can, and then go into spoiler-free territory. So let's just get on with this review. Hello guys, and welcome back. So we are live, so feel free to pop a question in the chat, or if you're watching after, pop it down in the comments, and we shall get chatting on it. There's lots lots of things going on about Marvel at the moment. Everyone's saying that Shang-Chi has flopped. I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to be watching it later today. Let me just move this. I'm going to move this over a second so I can see the chat room there. So I'm not looking that side. Yeah, there we go. Just moving my screens around. There we go. Right then. So yes, I haven't seen it yet. I'm planning on going to watch Shang-Chi today, so I'll let you guys know how I feel about that. I'm not going to do a review video on it because it's been up for a while, and I only like to do review videos on day of release, really. But I am going to be doing a bit of a hangout on Saturday, so feel free to pop along and we'll have a chat about Shang-Chi then. But yeah, let's have a look at this now. So it's episode 5, Zombies. I have been really looking forward to this episode so much. It's like last week's episode was a very dark episode, so I thought, great, it's going to be amazing. Absolutely cannot wait for this episode. But I'm just going to pop this up. This is exactly how I'm feeling about this episode. So let's have a little look. Here we go.
Disappointed!
Yeah. Disappointed! Yeah, oh my gosh. I was really looking forward to this episode. Because I had a bit of doubts with it, because I thought, how is a Marvel series on Disney Plus? I'm not too sure what I need to check the age ranking on it, but I was thinking, how are they going to do it? How are they going to give it justice? And then episode 4 with the Doctor Strange episode. Wow, just wow, that was a really good episode. It was really dark and quite adult, really. So I was hoping that Zombies was gonna be amazing. It had that darkness there and things, but to me, it felt very much like not a childish cartoon, but definitely the just preteen to teenage cartoons, really. It wasn't much of a dark story that I was hoping for with it. And to me, with the spoiler free section, it had a very quick start. It had a whole lot of just random stuff in the middle and didn't have an end. So to me, it's like last week's, we had a definitive start, we had this progression through the middle, and then we had a definitive end. And I love that. It was a dark message. Like I said, it was last week. It wasn't your hero wins the day type ending. It was very much a well, I said it was an Empire Strikes Back ending, but not really. It wasn't that much of an Empire Strikes Back ending either, really. On that, it was even darker. But yeah, I was just left wanting with this episode, wanting a lot more. What if there was a lot more in this episode, really? So it's like I haven't made a lot of notes, to be honest, because I was that disappointed in the episode. I probably watch it back and I probably enjoyed it a little bit more, but first impressions, not so much. Just a note on the voice actors. So all the cast apart from 2 are the original voice actors. For some reason they didn't have Tom Holland and Chris Evans. Now I know they did have Chris Evans in the Captain America, the Captain Britain one, Sharon Carter, Agent Carter becomes Captain Carter. They had him in that, but they haven't got him in this episode. But it was literally like 1 or 2 lines. But Tom Holland is a surprising one because he did have quite a lot of lines and stuff. And on that, talking about the voice acting in it, well, it was, to me, it wasn't great. It wasn't great voice acting in it. It was very much, you could tell that they haven't done a lot of voice acting. They preferred doing more acting. That's the vibe I was given. The two people who I thought voice acting was amazing for it though was Paul Bettany and Paul Rudd. So the Pauls done a great job. It's like Paul Rudd. You could tell it was Ant-Man. All there, definitely. But with Paul Bettany, he's very used to doing the voiceover stuff because Jarvis was Vision before and things like so. He's very well used to it. So I was happy with those two. Really great. Paul Rudd's got some great humour in it as well. But yeah, still on the spoiler-free section. This is going to be my last point on the spoiler-free section. I thought it was a bit gruesome. So even though I said it was very much like a early teen cartoon vibe to it, it was still so it wasn't really dark, but it still had a little bit of gruesomeness because obviously you got the zombie faces. Cap's got like flesh hanging underneath. You don't see any blood in it, but the suggestion is most definitely there that these zombies are eating people. So it might be a little bit distressing for young viewers to watch it. So the pre-teens really there. But it's not a dark episode. So it's a bit of a strange one, really. But yeah, definitely disappointed with this episode. I was hoping for more. I don't really know. I'll have to have a think about what I was actually expecting. But I find this a lot. If I'm actually really looking forward to something, then it's usually a letdown. It's like Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3. I was bigging that up really, because I love Venom. Venom was my favourite Spider-Man villain. And then it came to it and I was like, what? Emo Peter Parker. But yeah, so I was left wanting, like I said, with this episode. But let's move in now to our spoiler territory. So if you haven't seen the episode and you don't want any spoilers, then please do pause the video, go watch it and come back. Yeah, just get involved. Pop down some comments and stuff and we'll get chatting. Because I really do want to know what your opinions are on it. Because all of this is just my opinions, guys. I'm not an expert in these things. I just know what I like, and other people like different things. So let's get into it then, to the spoiler-free. I did think it was an interesting start of how the zombie outbreak happened. And like I said just now, it's a very, very, very small start to it. It felt really rushed in, but then we did have that little bit of how did it all start, and that was a really cool way that I'm moving on. Let's go back to how it started. And the quantum realm virus there. So it's like I thought that was a really cool way of bringing the Ant-Man universe into the Avengers universe really there. Because yeah, they've touched base with it, but haven't really properly merged them together. But that was nice to bring the Avengers and the zombies from the quantum realm into it. And it is a very interesting story. So Hope's mother develops this quantum disease which turns into a zombie, and then Hope's father brings it back with him when he comes back from the quantum realm, and that's how it starts. So I thought that was a really interesting idea, and the fact is that they've all got their skills and powers as well, so that's really frightening as a concept for zombies. I do believe my camera is not fully focused, so I do apologize about that. I won't potch now with it, but what if I go slightly back? No, slightly closer. It'll do. But yeah, I've got a note here that says Ant-Man try zombie. I think that's wrong. I think Ant-Man turned zombie, I think. So yeah, so Ant-Man was like the first one we had. It was very Paul Rudd. It's like, oh my god, no. Because they would, like, they're expecting the mother and the father to come out and all be fine, but no. So that was quite interesting. And then Spider-Man shows the Hulk, or Bruce Banner, like a little vlog, and I thought that was pretty cool, where Peter Parker's making little vlogs, kind of like a teenage vlog you see on YouTube and things, about how to survive a zombie apocalypse and blah 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 blah. So I thought that was pretty cool, and it's like, to be honest, I wouldn't have minded if the whole episode was like that. All this like how to survive a zombie apocalypse, because it would have more of a substance to it, more less than just that happened, now this is happening, now that's happening. It's like little tiny bits. It's just very bitty, it was. Yeah, so it's not as dark as I thought it was going to be. I did, like, because Happy is in it for a moment, and he has Tony's little wrist blaster, repulsor, I said, and every time he's going blam blam blam. Oh, that was funny. And when he turns into a zombie, and he's like firing it, and he's like blam. So I thought that was pretty funny. See, there's little bits I liked about it, but it was just the overall thing. I was very disappointed with it. With Bucky killing Cap, it's like his voice acting was very, very dull, and the animation really of him was like kind of like, oh, it's like there was no emotion in that character, and there was no emotion in the voice. There's no emotion in the animation of it, and so Bucky kills Cap with the shield going right through him, which is a little bit of a gruesome way to kill him. Well, obviously he's not killed because he hasn't killed the brain, but slices him in half, and then he just like takes the shield and puts it on his back. It's like, what, does everyone have these magnetic locks on their back? No. So he should have just kept it on his arm. But little gripe there from me. I thought that was really cool that the Wasp turned giant, because we haven't seen her do that. We've only seen Ant-Man becoming Giant Man. So yeah, it's like that was quite a nice little scene there, but also because she's huge, she turns into a huge zombie. So that was quite interesting there, and I love the bit when the jet is flying off, and she loses her grip, but then she picks up a zombie and throws it at the jet, and it's just like that just. Like I said, little bits of humour in it. Yeah, so Paul Rudd's voice acting is just really good. You could tell he was Paul Rudd, and you could tell he was Paul Rudd being Ant-Man. So it's not like, is that actually Paul Rudd's voice? It's like, definitely his voice, and you could tell he was acting with it. So it was really nice to see that. But the same with Paul Bettany. You knew it was Vision, and he's so used to doing the voice acting from being Jarvis. So that was really good. But all the other voice acting I thought was quite dull. We had every single original character there, so they should know how to play their characters' emotions and things like that. So is it down to the voice actors not being used to voice acting, or is it down to the director not being able to direct them properly in it, or is it down to the animation not really showing the emotions, or is it a mix of all of it? That's up for you guys to decide. I'm not going to say anything on that. But yeah, that is pretty much it. It's like, so not a lot happens to me. It's like they get on a train, they go to Vision. Vision's feeding them to the Wanda, and then he rips out his Mind Stone to atone for his sins. That's not atoning really for his sins. That's just him killing himself. So he's, yeah, and then it doesn't really end then. It's just them going somewhere with this Mind Stone. And it's like, so what happens? It's like, I know they have Thanos coming in at the end as zombie Thanos, and he's just waiting for the Mind Stone. So was that them suggesting that they bring him the Mind Stone and then he snaps everyone into being a zombie? Who knows? It's just awful ending, really. And it's like, and even if he did snap him into, it's like, one, if it snapped them into being zombies, it's like they wouldn't be able to eat anything because zombies don't eat zombies. And two, if they snapped half the existence, then it's like, that's less food for the zombies again. Yeah, so just gonna do it one more time. Why not?
Disappointed!
Thank you, Hercules. Yeah, I don't know. I was hoping for a lot more. Really was hoping for a lot more. So let's hope next week now. I think we've only got 2 more episodes left. I will be back with another live next week, but the week after I won't be doing it until the Thursday because I am away on the Wednesday. So yeah, thanks very much, guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the episode. Did you enjoy it, or was it did you find it lacking like I did, or was it okay? Just let me know in the comments, and let me know what ones you are excited for. Also, don't forget to pop along on Saturday, where we're just going to have a bit of a chilled hangout, and I'm just going to be doing bits of work, and you guys can pop along and have a chat with me, ask me questions about any Marvel or Disney or any of the gaming things. I won't be able to answer any of the Doctor Who stuff. I do apologize. I'm not the Doctor Who guy. Johnny is, and he won't be there on Saturday. I'm gonna see about maybe towards Christmas time, just us having a bit of a digital hangout, and then you guys can hang out with us as well. I am gonna be starting doing some watch parties, probably in November, December time. But let me know what type of things you want to do a watch party for. It won't all be on here, it will be on our Patreon. Let me just pop that on the screen. So some of them will be on here for free, so you can have a little watch it, but others will be on Patreon, and we are going to be doing a very special flash discount in November, so keep an eye out for that. It's only £3 a month at the moment for Patreon, and we have lots of different digital rewards on there. So yes, I am going to end that there now, guys, but please pop down in the comments what you thought of it, and let's have a chat. But until next time.